Hi everyone, I thought I would jump on and share with you another card using just some of our designer series papers and a stamp. These papers are from the annual catalogue and they are called the Let's Go Fishing. So there's some really nice designs in this paper. Masculine cards can be a little bit more tricky to make sometimes, so this is a really simple one to make. I have also used one of the deckled rectangle dies as well. This one I have made for Father's Day. Father's Day has been and gone, so the sample I'm going to make for you, or the card I'm making for you today, I'm going to share with you making that into a birthday card, which is really simple. All I'm doing is changing up my sentiment. I'm going to use the Happy Birthday from Very Best Occasion stamp set, which again is from the annual catalogue. And the ink I'm using is Night of Navy, which is one of the colours in the paper. All right, so let's get started. So my base is, as always, half a sheet of A4, and this is Pecan Pie, which is one of those new colours that came into the current annual catalogue. So that's very simple, fold in half. So for the outside, I'm actually using vanilla with this card because the vanilla works in really nicely with the Pecan Pie and also with the designer series paper. So I'm going to be sticking those two pieces together with some Stampin' Seal. And as always, just remember to do that little tick to break the stream of adhesive. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this onto the card front, again using Stampin' Seal. And of course you can use Tombow, whatever adhesive you would normally use, or different double-sided tape, use that for this bit. Okay, to finish off the inside while I'm going, I do have a second piece of Very Vanilla, and this piece and the one on the front measure the same, so it's 10 centimeters by 14.4, and this just gives the inside somewhere to write. Of course, if you have a little off-cut strip of the designer series paper, just pop some across the bottom or down one side. I'm just going to pop that aside for a moment, and moving on, I have my piece with the fish images, and I have shared in the past on, I think, a Facebook Live, might have been for a free class, that you cut these little images out and use them as well. So these two pieces will be stuck together using Stampin' Seal, and then this piece is going to go onto the card front using some dimensionals. And I'm just using the standard size ones for today, or you could use the minis. Okay, as I mentioned, this is a really nice quick card to make. And then onto the card front, just a little bit higher than center. Right, next bit, I have a stamp to do, which is just stamping my Happy Birthday using Night of Navy ink. And of course, as I mentioned, Happy Birthdays from Very Best Occasions. So let me grab that one out. Onto a block. Just make sure this is stamping okay. Oh, I think I might almost be due to re-ink my Night of Navy. I roughly center that. Might get a little while longer before I need to re-ink it. With this little detail that I've got just down the bottom, which is just a small strip, so that's about 1.5 centimeters wide, maybe 2 centimeters, that just sits underneath the bottom of the die cut. So for that one, you could use a little bit of Tombow, but I am just going to use some of this thin double-sided tape. It just saves any sticky Tombow getting on the rest of your project. So I've got some thin double-sided tape, peel that up, and then all nice and quick straight onto that strip, which gives your tag just a little bit more to look at. This is going to be going over the top of the bottom section here. So my plan is to just put, let me show you this one, to keep it nice and flat. I'm going to put a couple of piece dimensionals across the bottom and a little bit of double-sided tape where it's going to sit on the top of that piece of designer series paper. And a couple of dimensionals. And as I mentioned, some of that double-sided tape at the top. It just helps it all stick really nicely in place. Alternatively, you could put a glue dot there, which will do the same thing. So my tag's there, and as you can, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but the tag is sitting really nice and flat over the top of the designer series paper. Finally, I do have some of the rustic embellishments to put on, and these work so well with the colors that are going on in this card. And I'm putting 3 on, and I'm just using the putty end of my Take Your Pick tool. And that is your card finished. So it is a simple card to do. It's a simple design that you could make either into a Father's Day card or into a happy birthday card or a just because card, whatever you would like it to be. It is a super easy design. You could use any designer series paper, but this one works particularly well with this one. And there you have another card to give to a guy, because sometimes we do struggle to have those extra ones in our stash. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all about this card that I've made today, please leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. Thanks again.